second half?
Like I always know who's gonna jump straight up and try to block it or contest it.
Barry, what was Coach's main message after the game?
I mean, just that we have a lot to learn as a team. There's a lot of things we need to work on, and I mean, it was a learning experience coming here, and I mean, it's just really the main message here was just that there's a lot to learn still.
What are some of those specific things that you guys still need to learn?
I mean, just little things. It could be just basic defensive things, just mindsets going into games, just things like that from. I mean, we have a lot of younger kids, so I mean, just mentally being tough and stuff like that.
Perry, it seemed like it was tough to get a flow tonight in the game. Was there some fatigue after playing 3 games in 3 days, and what was some of the reasons that it was tough to get it going?
I mean, it's pretty tough playing 3 games in a row, but I mean, it was tough getting in the flow, but I mean, I just try to keep playing. I don't know. I just try to just keep playing and just fight through it and just play.
What do you think happened when they made their comeback at the end? You guys led by 14 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, we made a couple mistakes defensively, which gave us some confidence. With something we need to really work on is closing out games. Like we had them, but we really just kind of let go on the pedal, and they don't get back in the game. So I mean, that's something we need to work on.
What do you think, Joel, about the end of the game?
Like you said, in practice we gotta work more on those kind of situations. So, and we do that.
Or you feel like you guys are thinking a lot offensively right now instead of playing?
I can say that we are thinking a bit too much, thinking the game a bit too much. But I mean, it all comes with learning. I mean, we just have to just listen to coach and just keep trying to work.
How do you think you responded after the loss yesterday?
I think we responded decently. First of all, I'm glad we got the win. I mean, there's still a lot to learn.
Perry, how unusual was the opening minutes and you guys first time down in defense, you see they're going to spread the floor, you see they're going to use a lot of clock. You don't see that a lot, obviously. You hardly ever see it at the start of games. What do you guys think in that moment?
Yeah, it was different. I felt like the first couple possessions we played real good defense, and we got to a good start. So I mean, I felt that we adjusted well.
How do you think you guys played against the triangle too, if they threw at you?
It was something that was new for us. I felt we did well at times, but then again, we weren't attacking it like we needed to be.
Bill, what did you think when you saw them spread it to open the day?
Well, I thought that, it's basically, they were, I mean, the strategy was to slow it down, but basically, if you're patient defensively, basically it's like them playing for one shot at the end of the shot clock. And so I thought, like Perry said, the first 5 or 6 minutes we were really good defensively. Now we weren't great offensively because we were up 15-2, and it could have been, 21-2 or something like that. So, but then after that, I thought that they did a better job, attacking us, and I think they started out 1 for 7 and finished the half like 8 for 11 or something like that. And then the second half we didn't guard them as well as we could have. But still, we got a lead, and Joe blocked a lot of shots, and we got the lead and got out to 15, and then of course we didn't finish the game very well.
Anything else for the players, guys? We can let them go.
Joel, you played 60 minutes the second half real well. Did you have any fatigue problems? Were you excited playing that much?
I think I was good because the first 2 games I didn't really play because of foul trouble, so I think I was in shape. I was good.
Anything else for the players? All right, guys. What you two come with me? You guys can go. Back around.
What did you tell your kids to take away from the totality of all this?
Well, I really didn't get into that too much. much about what we're going to take away. I think that we're taking away from here that we have a long ways to go to becoming a good basketball team. And that's not all bad either. I mean, we rarely have great teams in November, but we're not as good as we were, 17, 18 days ago. So that's a little frustrating that we've gone backwards. We didn't play well at all over here. We played one decent half and 5 crappy ones, but large part because of opponents and how they played and that kind of stuff. So I'm certainly not taking away anything from our opponents, but I mean, when the things that we take pride in and things that we try to do, I would say we were probably well below average 5 and 6 halves, and there'll be some good teaching moments. The tape don't lie, and we made some plays, especially late game situations that fortunately against Wake Forest and against to be honest, Wake Forest we had the game put away and let them back in. Today we had the game put away and let them back in, and then the Villanova game we didn't have the game put away. We had a 1-point lead with 12 seconds left and didn't do what we should have done. So there's a lot of great teaching points for this that'll be beneficial moving forward.
Dylan, what specific areas do you think you've gone backwards? What do you think the biggest reason for that is?
I think our energy level sucks. So it's hard to play the game if you don't have great energy, and I think that our energy level is not great. I think it has been a few times, been great, but certainly not tonight. And I thought it was good yesterday. I thought that wasn't why we didn't win the game yesterday, because I thought we played with good energy. It wasn't good against Wake. And it's hard in a 3-game tournament the third day to play with unbelievable energy, but there's got to be more of a sense of urgency. We play way too casual, way too casual. And so that would be the thing. When you say play way too casual, that goes into how you screen, that goes into how you block out, that goes into how you go after loose balls, that goes into a lot of things that we're not doing very well right now.
Did Selden have energy early today?
Wayne, it was good to see Wayne make a couple of shots. Yeah, that was really good. He got off to a rough start, and I'm glad I didn't sub him because he had 3 turnovers in the first 3 minutes, and then he got a couple of shots down and actually played very well the first half.
But it wasn't contagious at all to
What's that?
to the other players?
The turnovers or
The energy.
I would say Wayne probably played with as good energy as anybody tonight. He and Joe, and I thought Tariq played pretty good too. Tariq bumped his knee, but I don't think it's anything much. But he was kind of out of it for a while. But I think those guys did play with pretty good energy early on.
The guys who cover you every day probably have through the drill on this, but is it difficult for a team, in all of your teams, you're used to this drill where they get told they're great in September, October,
Yeah.
November. Is it tough to remind them that there's a process?
Well, I don't know if it's tough to remind them. I think it may be tough to sink in. There's a process, and we've had a lot of really good teams that labored winning, kind of like what we've done for the most part, and that ended up kind of figuring it out and being pretty good pretty soon. And I hope we're one of those teams. We're not doing anything different than what I thought we would do. I thought we would do it. I thought we would have airs of trying too hard rather than airs of casualness. And that's the thing that's really frustrating for me.
It seemed like there were a lot of moments tonight where you were just kind of frustrated with something your players did or didn't do. Was there kind of any overarching theme that just had you kind of kicked off all night? Or?
I don't know that I thought compared to how I can usually be, I thought I was very mild-mannered tonight. I would say that the way we played is not the way that, to me, when you look at as a coach, you should be judged on, basically 3 things. Do they play together? Are they unselfish? Do they play extremely hard? And are they tough? And I'd say we went over 3. So that's frustrating to me when you go over 3.
Does that come in large part from just having so many freshmen?
I think so. I think, I don't know about so many freshmen because I think it's just so many young players. Because even our veterans are young players, I mean, as far as, experience. So I do think that causes a lot of it. And it's contagious. Just like enthusiasm and energy is contagious, taking the air out of a room is also contagious too. So we gotta certainly improve on that. But the thing about it is, it's hard to coach execution if you're worried about energy and effort. Because no matter what you do, if you're worried about coaching execution, when the energy and the effort's not there, it's never gonna look right because you don't ever play 100% all out. So that's what we gotta do. We gotta get where we're playing the game in practice and that kind of stuff, where we're making mistakes, but we're making them with the same energy and effort that you have to play with during the game. And I do think you play like practice, and we have not been a great practice team so far.
What do you think about your team going against the triangle one too?
I actually thought, considering we hadn't done anything on it, I thought it wasn't bad. I mean, how many wide open looks did we miss and that kind of stuff? And then when you miss open looks, then you end up getting nervous and not shoot them. But I didn't think it was awful. I didn't think that was a problem. But the whole thing is, I knew from a rhythmic standpoint, we wouldn't probably be real good offensively because they were going to, do that to us. So that wasn't an issue with me at all.
What'd you think of Joel's second half?
I thought he was good. Yeah, he's, I'm speaking honestly about how things have gone, but that's one guy that's on a big uptick. I mean, there's no question. He's got to play more minutes without fouling.
Did Andrew look like he was still dragging a little bit from the?
I didn't even ask him. I didn't ask him. He was dragging, I think, so I don't know if it's fatigue from the flu or whatever, but I don't think he played with unbelievable energy, but he did get his hands on a lot of balls the second half, going after the offensive glass.
This may go for a lot of your young guys, not just him, but is he still trying to kind of find his comfort zone in the offense and where when he needs to attack and that sort of stuff?
I'd say they're all trying to do that. Yeah, I would say that's a fair assessment.
There was a play early in the second half. I think Wiggins was out in transition, and he just had the ball kind of swipe from him, and you went to Mason immediately to sub out. Was it because of the turnover that you decided to?
Well, I mean, it was a pitch ahead, and he tried to catch with one hand and bounced it instead of just being sound and catch the ball and go make a play. So that was it.
What's ahead for you guys? You got this big road trip continuing? I mean,
We get to go home first.
yeah.
So go home tomorrow, and then we'll practice, obviously Monday through Friday, and then play at Colorado and Saturday, and then turn right around and go to, we're coming back to Lawrence, aren't we, Larry? And then turn right around and go to Florida on Monday, I guess.
Are you leaving here? What is your emotion?
I'm tired, so it's a long walk over here. I would say, and we make it like 4 times a day, it seems like. So I'm leaving out of here not discouraged, but with the understanding that we're not who I think we thought we were, and certainly not who I think the players thought we were when we headed over here. We were exposed pretty good.